Yo, what's good, everyone? I know I'm wearing the same shirt as I did in my first video, but it's been in the washing machine. Grow up. Um, like I said in the video I posted like 10 hours ago, I wanted to make a video about a topic which concerns me very recently in my life, and it has to do kind of with my upbringing in my childhood home. So yeah, that's why I wanted to record it right here in this room where I grew up. Um, and I recently noticed that, yeah, let me just get right into it. I don't know. So ever since I grew up, I have a younger sister who is 2 years younger than me, and I love her very much. She's my sister, of course I do. But she kind of was not a like she got more attention as a child because she had more things. Like she was deathly scared of dogs. Like one time we were walking on a sidewalk and there was a dog coming and she ran into a road with oncoming traffic. So yeah, like, and things like that. She was more of a picky eater, and when we had something she didn't like to eat, we couldn't have it in his house at all, and stuff like that. So yeah, um, but I was a kid who was like always just okay with different things. Like I just said okay to almost everything. Got sometimes I got stuff when I wanted it, but I was a kid. I was just here. I lived here. I liked everyone. I didn't make problems. You know. And because of that, I also didn't want to. If I had any problems or anything on my mind, I also really didn't voice it because I didn't want to, put another weight onto my parents and maybe even onto my sister. So yeah, I just kept thoughts in my mind and didn't really, yeah, like talk about my feelings. And then when I got into eighth grade, I don't know if the school system, how the school system works. Quick side note, when I'm speaking in English, I assume that maybe some people who only speak English will see my videos, so I don't know how the school system works where you're from. But in Germany, we just have 10 or 12 grades, depending on which type of school you go to. I had 12. And when I went into eighth grade, I got into a relationship which lasted almost 4 years, like 3.5. Um, and that ended when I repeated the 11th class. I did it by myself, like it was voluntary, but I wanted to get better grades because, yeah, I just wanted to get better grades, and I was still young, and yeah, so I repeated the class, and then I got into a whole new different class with different people, and when my relationship ended, the 3.5 year relationship, I almost instantly got in like obsessed with one person that was in this new grade, and me and them we had like a situationship, friends plus, like we were in a relationship for 3 months and then not. Then we had no contact and we're still in the same friend group. It was a very complicated process, which went over for like 2.5 years, maybe even 3. And then when I moved out, I started working at a convenience store there, and then I dated a coworker of mine, and she is a very nice person. But I recently broke up with her because she moved back to a town where either of us had to drive like 2.5 hours to yeah, see each other, and I don't think I'm built for long distance relationships. And also just, I don't know, I had different stresses, like I want to drop out of college, and I don't know, there were just many different factors who stressed me, and that was kind of the one which I could cut out first. So yeah, happens. And then almost instantly after, no, not almost instantly, I'm lying. That was like a month ago, almost 1.5. I got obsessed with another um, person who did who was in school with me in 11th and 12th grade, the 12th grade, and I asked her on a date, but we clarified that it was just a friendship date. That is where I was yesterday, and yeah, when she said to me that she's not very interested in like a date and just like we can still go get a coffee at like as friends, I was I kind of it wasn't a wake up call, but like it was the last little push to push me to the conclusion, which I came to in my mind, which is yeah, I don't know. It sounds very deep, but it's not that deep, and I'm almost 21, so that I get this conclusion now is insane. But yeah, that maybe I just need to be okay with myself and love myself. I'm not the most secure person in the world, but maybe I just need to love myself and not always get obsessed with people. And I think that is the difference. I can love people as my friends. You know, I always knew that I could, and I love people more than anything in this world. But I kind of almost always got obsessed with one person, try to get a relationship, or like get obsessed with one person and one person only, and love that person with all my might. But I can also just like have affection towards all the people in my life. Like I have so many friends, and they are so nice to me. They are so like I love my friends. They are just the nicest people ever. And when I don't like someone, I'm not friends with them. And recently, also this friend of mine, which I went on a friendship date yesterday, she and her and another friend, we were in an Irish pub the other week, and outside they talked like for like what feels like 10 minutes about just how when I'm there, it's always I'm funny, I'm nice, it's always like easier to talk, like different friend groups get mixed, and they just talked so like they talked just so positively about me, and like they shine such a nice light on me, and it like I felt a warmth in my heart. And that's kind of also when I just realized that you don't need to always be in relationships or like find love everywhere. Like of course I like to find love everywhere, and the nature and the beauty of things, and animals, people, just food, experiences, whatever. But you can also just show affection to people, and I think there's a difference between love and affection. I know that those two terms are often combined, but I think there's a you can make an argument for like a difference between loving someone and just showing them affection. You don't even need to make an argument. I think that's just a fact, and I just recently noticed this kind of for myself, and now I feel like kind of just better. I think I realized that I was almost always obsessed with one person, and that just isn't a healthy lifestyle, because when your whole mood and everything depends on this one person, and if one person doesn't feel the exact same way towards you, then you're fucked. Like it sounds like harsh, but it's the reality. You just need to be okay with yourself, but so you can have friends in your life. And like I always knew I had friends and that they appreciated me, but it was never like you know like really really thankful. But recently I've realized that I'm so thankful for my friends, and that I'm loved by everyone, by so many people, and it's just a beautiful feeling. So what I wanted to kind of convey with this video is kind of talk a little bit about myself, because yeah, if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of also using this as like a way to just talk about my experiences and how I feel, because I want to put it out in the world. And yeah, I just wanted to say that you don't need to always have some person to obsess over. You can be fine by yourself, have fun with your friends, live your life, even if it's stressful things like uni or college or work or school or whatever. You can always find the time to be by yourself, listen to yourself, listen to your voice in your head, listen to music, read a book, enjoy time by yourself, but also enjoy time with friends, people who like you, people who love you. Even if you don't always feel like it, you are appreciated by your friends, and there's a reason why you have friends, because they like you. They wouldn't have you around if they wouldn't like you. Yeah. I don't know. yeah, that's just kind of what I quickly wanted to talk about because I don't know, I think it's fitting because the story kind of started in my childhood home, but yeah, now like I moved out and I kind of got to this conclusion, so you can find some sort of metaphor in that. I don't know, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.